Hello everyone and welcome to this tutorial on MLA formatting overview and setup. Before we begin typing our essay, we need to set up our document. Our font needs to be Times New Roman size 12. So go to the Home tab, Font Group, and click on your font name. It may be defaulted to Aptos or Calibri, and we want to select Times New Roman. It's right at the top for me because I use it all the time. You may need to type in the word times to get it to pop up, or you can scroll down to the T's. They are alphabetical. Once your font is Times New Roman, double check that it is already set to size 12. Times New Roman size 12 is the business and education default for professionalism. Next, we need to fix our spacing. We're going to move to the paragraph group spacing button. We actually need to use this twice. First, we're going to click on 2.0. 2.0 means double spacing, but we need to click on it again and select Remove Space After Paragraph. This is a default Microsoft added a few years ago that adds an extra gap between every paragraph. We're going to remove that gap so that we have true 2.0 spacing. And finally, page margins. Page margins are in the Layout tab under Margins, and this should already be defaulted for you, but it's not a bad idea to take a look and just double check. All right, so that is how we set up the document before we begin typing. Now that we have that in place, let's go ahead and take a look at the document itself. I have a blank document here that is set up but has no words on it. And I'm going to walk you through step by step how to make this fully MLA formatted. The first thing we need to do is the header. You can locate this invisible hidden header by double clicking in the top 1 inch of your document. And notice the space is dark gray. You can click up here and that will open up the header for you. If you're struggling to click up there, you can also click on the View tab. If you're struggling to click in the header space, you can also click on the Insert tab and choose Header right here. That will open up the header for you. And I will click Edit Header. It's a lot easier, I think, to just double click up there. In the header, we need 2 items, your last name and page number. We don't want to do the last name first. We actually want to do the page number first and get that set up. So I'm going to show you how that works. When you're in your header, you have a new tab that opens up called Header and Footer. You can also see a dotted line here that shows you that you're in your header. And in the top left corner is the page number button. In MLA formatting, the page number must be top of page on the right. So that's plain number 3 is what you're looking for. When we click on this, it puts a number 1 there for us, and then we can easily type our name right next to it with a space. Notice that even though we had set up our document to be Times New Roman size 12, the text in the header defaults back to the original default. So it's a great idea to pause for just a moment and make that Times New Roman size 12 so that it matches the rest of your document. We could just double click to get out of there, or if you're in this tab, you can press the big red X and we are out of our header. Now, if I type, let's say I'm typing an essay and it's long and it goes all the way down to page number 2, look at that. When I use page number tool, it automatically goes on to page 2 and eventually page 3 and so on. If I were to just type in the number 1 instead, right here, instead of using that page number tool, it would put a number 1 in the top right corner of every single page, which is unhelpful when we're trying to number our pages. Okay, so make sure you use that page number button, top of page, plain number 3, then type your last name with a space and make sure it's Times New Roman size 12. All right, so now we have our header complete. Notice it's labeled as the header, so we're going to close that. And it's time to work on the heading. The heading has 4 lines of text: the author's name, the instructor's name, the course name and number, and the date. So I'm going to start on the very first line, typing my name. I'm going to pretend that my teacher is Professor Helwig. I'm going to say my class is ELA 8, and I'm going to label it with today's date, which is the 1st of April, 2024. Okay, so this is the header with an ER at the end, and this is the heading with an ing at the end. That can be a little bit confusing, so I want to make sure we're really clear that those are 2 different spaces on your document, and they have 2 different requirements. The header is in that invisible space up here, last name space page number. The heading is in the body of your document with your name, your teacher's name, your class title, and the date. Notice that my header is grayed out. The text is a little bit lighter. That's to indicate that it's in the header and not part of the main body document. So let's go ahead and continue on. There we go. The last part of setting up your document is to put the title of your essay. So we simply press enter one more time. We do not press enter, 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 and then we want to center. Remember that we press the center button, right? That's going to take us perfectly to the center of our document. And as we type, let's say the impact of MLA formatting on student moods, maybe that's the topic of my essay. Notice how as I type, it continues to perfectly center itself, which is exactly what we want. If you were instead to press, as I've seen many times, space, 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 space. Oh, there's about the center. And then you start typing. Notice how it does not center itself. And then you're trying to like backspace it, and it just takes so much longer, and it's actually quite frustrating. So please just press the space bar. I'm sorry. Don't do that. Please just press the center button. Teachers and students, you can actually click this backwards P. This is our show hide paragraph button. If you click that, you can see that on this correctly formatted title, I simply pressed the center button. And on this incorrect one, I pressed space, 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 right? All those little dots indicate that I pressed the space bar. So please don't do it that way. Just press that center button located right there in the paragraph button for you. All right, so our document is set up. We have our header done. We have our heading done. We have the title done. And from here, we simply press tab on our keyboard to begin typing your essay, okay? We do not press space, 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 space to indent. We just press tab on our keyboard. We are now at the end of our essay. We're going to assume that this is a brief essay, just 1 page long, and we're working on our Works Cited page for the bibliography on page 2. I start at the top of my page, and again, I press the center button. For the Works Cited page, we simply need to type the words Works Cited, WORKS Notice that it's not in all caps, but we do capitalize the first letter of each word. And again, we press enter 1 time. From here, we're going to go back to our left alignment in the paragraph group, and we're going to begin typing. Citations need to be listed alphabetically by author's name if the author's name was given, and we're going to be using something called a hanging indent. Okay, so here's our Works Cited page with some citations pasted in. They are alphabetical by last name and they are properly formatted, but they are pretty hard to read. It's a little bit difficult to tell how many sources there are. In MLA formatting, we use something called a hanging indent, which is where each line after the first line is indented 1/2 inch. All the rest of the formatting matches. We're using Times New Roman, size 12, double spaced, but we need to put in this hanging indent. I'm going to zoom in a bit more to hopefully show the ruler a little bit more than it was a moment ago. And I'm going to select all of my sources. Notice they're alphabetized, but it's hard to tell. A hanging indent is where you move over this teeny tiny little triangle on the ruler. If you don't have the teeny tiny little triangle, you're going to press View and turn on that ruler button. I leave mine on all the time. It really helps me stay neat and organized. Okay, so make sure you have View Ruler turned on. When that's turned on, you'll notice at the margin, there's a down pointed triangle, an up pointed triangle, and a teeny tiny rectangle. These buttons are very, very small. What you're wanting to do is drag the second triangle, the one that's kind of in the middle. You want to drag that over to 1/2 inch. Notice that when I hover over it, it says hanging indent. So I'm going to drag this in by 1/2 inch right in between the 0 and the 1. And now we can clearly see that I have 3 sources on my essay: marine pollution, Parker Diana, and Reddy Simon. So that is hanging indent. This is what a completed Works Cited page looks like. Again, it's alphabetical by last name. It's double spaced with a hanging indent, and it has the simple title of Works Cited. Thank you for joining me on this MLA overview and formatting tutorial.